Push your care, push your burdens aside. Erase everything inside and leave just one thing on your mind. You only have one, so just go fucking
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the former WGP champion, the Icon.
Woo! Hey, I told you I was going to be back, WGP. Welcome to WGP Carnage. As you can see, I'm by myself today. My Revolution partner there had to take a little bit of a leave of absence, but that's fine because we're going to get down right to it. We're going to have a great show today. We got a stacked ass card, and all I can sit there and say is, damn, that looks good. Damn. But, hey, you know what? Before we get into anything, I do want to say two different things. Hello to the WGP universe. Glad you're here. And I want to say one thing to the current WGP champion, Big Sweet. We all know that you are down and out right now, my friend. We know that you're dealing with some things, but you know what? We're all praying for you. We all got your back, and that's all we need, because the power of prayer and everything like that will lift you up. I promise you, Big Sweet, we will see you back in action before too long. Hello, everybody. My name is the Icon Elo, and I am here to present you WGP Carnage. And thank you to PinFall Streams. You can find them on Facebook, YouTube, and anywhere that you want to try to stream any of the great shows that they have. Thank you to Tommy, TDC, and the rest of the guys for letting me do this once again. Without further ado, let's just get right into it. We got our number one match, the first match of the night. It's Chaos versus Dark Saint. Hit it.
Chaos. It's wartime. It's time for you to snap out of the false reality you've been living in your storytime fantasy land. And you need to step up and face the facts and look at the present and the future that's standing in front of you, Chaos. We've been running our mouths back and forth for weeks, building up to this match. Well, tonight, it's go time. It's time to put up or shut up for both of us. See, here's the thing, Chaos. Last time that you won a match that was even relevant, we were all in pajamas, sitting around the fireplace, seeing what Santa Claus brought us under the Christmas tree. Because you haven't won anything meaningful since then, Chaos. You see, used to, once upon a time, when Chaos came on the screen and called somebody out, the comment section said, "Oh my God, I pray for his soul when Chaos gets done with him." But now, when you get on the screen and you call somebody out, all I see in the comments is dead silence. You know why, Chaos? Because you're just a shell of the man and the promo artist that you used to be, Chaos. You've done got soft. And everybody can see through it. See, you're taking the easy wins. The people that don't matter. See, I think that's what you think you're doing tonight by challenging me. But that ain't gonna happen, Chaos. You see, you come out here and you say you're the hero that the WGP needs. You are gonna take out the BC and destroy the BCU and shock therapy. Well, Chaos, let me tell you something. The only BC that you're taking out comes in a blue and white box in the pharmacy section. Because you will not take out BC. But that's another subject for another day. Tonight, we're going to focus on the task at hand. We're going to talk about the mono battle that's going to happen in that ring tonight, Chaos. Because I'm bringing the pain. What are you bringing? See, you stepped up to me and you act like I'm going to be a nobody. But let me tell you something, son. I'm not a nobody. I'm somebody. I'm a rising star in this business. I will fight and scratch and claw my way to the top. I will take on anybody, anytime. And we all know that. You see, because unlike you, it's not about wins and losses for me. It's about the fight, and it's about the thrill and the excitement of going toe-to-toe with some of the best people in this business. But you can't see that, Chaos. You're too busy worried about story time and hanging up on wins that you got years and years ago. And then, when you lose, you want to come out and cry and bitch and moan about the judges. Well, let me tell you something. After this match, the only bitching going on here is when I make you my bitch. You will regret the day that you went against the Dark Saint, because I will kick your ass from corner to corner because you can't hang, Chaos. You can't hang, and you know it. You know this, Chaos, because this is straight facts, and anybody in the WGP can see what you are, and that you're not the same person that you used to be. But I am, and I'm much stronger. Catch you later.
Dark Saint, as soon as you said something as stupid as there are no heroes in the WGP, I just knew that there was only one person that could deal with the likes of you. WGP, I introduce to you all Super Chaos!
Oh wait, this shirt doesn't really fit the theme very well, does it? Sorry about that. 1 second. There we go, that's a lot better. So as I was saying, Super Chaos is here to bring justice. Oh, I'm sorry, that name was tainted for me a very long time ago by someone else.
Anyway, Super Chaos is here to bring righteousness to the WGP by taking on this villain, not to be confused with the guy who simply calls himself the villain, by the name of the Dark Saint. And Dark Saint, for months now, I have watched as you tried to rise the ranks of the criminal underground here in the WGP. And you failed at every single turn that you've made in those endeavors. When you tried to join up with the BC, they turned you away. I even heard a rumor on the street that you tried to team up with Jim Corndog. The only other criminal that you could find to team up with you was the Purge. And you two combined couldn't even take on that other criminal by the name of A-List Alverson. Unlike you, Dark Saint, I didn't need help to lose to A-List Alverson, because unlike you, I compete with honor and integrity and righteousness most of the time. And that is why I am here to stop you from your very lackluster attempts at terror here in WGPville. This place has a new hero, and his name is Super Chaos. I've been watching you since the very beginning, and I know what made you turn to evil. Because once upon a time, you're actually a very honorable competitor, and you're on a long winning streak. And when you entered into the tournament for the vacant WGP Championship, you hadn't had a loss up to that point. And it's in that tournament you took your first loss, and you just couldn't handle it. So then you thought to yourself, well, maybe I need to turn to evil to get back to my winning ways. But has it helped you get back to your winning ways? No, it hasn't. Because evil never wins. Ever since the Dark Saint was born, you've lost against every opponent you've had, with the exception of the Purge. You even lose to the likes of the Maestro, and you gave the villain his only win here in WGPopolis. And so the good citizens of WGP came to me and they said, hey Chaos, can you do us a favor and become a hero and save us from the Dark Saint? And I said, why do I need to save you from the Dark Saint? He's basically just a very lame, boring version of a copycat of The Fiend, The Undertaker, and Mankind rolled into one. I wouldn't really be afraid of him. And they said, well, no, we're not afraid of him. We're just tired of hearing the same boring fucking promos over and over. And I said, watch your mouth because I'm a good guy now, but you're right. We are all tired of hearing the same boring stuff coming out of the Dark Saint's mouth over and over again, talking about snatching souls and taking them to hell, wearing a Laparca mask and painting his face with stupid upside down crosses. It doesn't impress any of us, Dark Saints, and that is why I'm here, to maybe knock some sense into that stupid head of yours, and maybe you could actually see the light again and bring back the stump, because we're all tired of this thing called the Dark Saint. So now, announcers, whenever you announce the winner of this match, make sure you say it right. Your winner is none other than Super Chaos! I'll see you all later.
Your winner of the match, Super Chaos.
Holy moly. Wow. That was very interesting. Two very contrasting styles, and I love what Chaos did here. He took his character in another direction, and I don't know if anybody else got these vibes, but I really got a vibe if, like, Kevin Owens was playing Rosie. That's kind of the vibe I got there. But props to Dark Saint, who stuck to his guns and did what he does. He went dark. Apparently, unfortunately, he didn't go dark enough for that Chaos. Congratulations, Chaos, on your win. Can't wait to see you here. And, hey, keep working, Dark Saint, because soon, maybe, you might have something like this. Well, you won't have this one. This one's mine. I mean, obviously, because it has my name on it. But, hey, let's go. Match number 2 of the night, right? Match number 2 of the night is between two people that I really enjoy watching. I enjoy them watching because they build a great story every time I see them on the screen. And that's Little Sweet and Grimes. Little Sweet says he's here for a fight and to get rid of Grimes. While Grimes, on the other hand, says he's ready to answer the call and won't back down from Little Sweet. It's time to turn the tables. And we're going to see just exactly if those tables can be turned. We'll see. Hit it, big dog.
king of the forest.
Dewey Sweet, it is time for you to learn the history of the BC. And seeing as how I am the founding father of the group, it is my responsibility to tell you exactly why the BC was formed. See, me and 3 other men got sick and tired of people getting so offended, so butthurt about shit that was said in a promo. See, this is meant to be fun, not meant to get butthurt about. So we decided that we were going to make this little group called the Badass Club. And we were going to live by the motto of facts, reform, and especially fuck your feelings. Because we were sick and tired of people getting wins because people had to recreate their promos not to offend people. Mainly you. I know it's hard for you to get that through your thick skull. But honestly, you're the reason why the BC was formed. Because we were sick of fucks like you. Hey, listen. Bring them back here. I'm right here. Don't fucking lose track. I know we're only a minute in. But you need to listen to everything that I have to fucking say there, Dewey. You sit there. And I know you're going to come in and say,
oh, Grimes is going to say that I'm living in my brother's shadow.
No. See, Dewey, you're not living in your brother's shadow. Because let's be honest, your ass casted a bigger shadow than your brother ever could. And you're posting pictures of you holding the WGP Championship. Well, let's be honest there, Dewey. That's the only way you're ever gonna fucking hold it. Because we all know, like I said in my first hype back, you can't get the fucking job done. You are a sorry excuse of a promo artist. And everybody has had to walk on eggshells to make you look like an undefeated monster. When in all actuality, if everybody gave you their 100%, you wouldn't be doing promos anymore now, would you? But that's besides the point. See, Dewey, I told you that I was going to be as real as it fucking could get. And that's exactly what I'm doing tonight. See, you want somebody to walk on eggshells for you? You want somebody to care about your feelings? Go back to Paradise, because I promise you, they're going to welcome you with open arms. Hell, you might even get a title shot. Dewey, come back. Here's a title shot. And that's the facts. The only reason you ever got title shots over there is because all the good talent left. Talent like TDC, Chris Champion, Matt Anarchy, Mike Murder, Bojax, Jay Briggy, Gene Emerson, James Grimes, Neos. The list goes on and on of people that left the VOH. Oh, that's forbidden. Oh, fuck me. Like I said, I know I'm not winning tonight. I know I'm gonna get disqualified. But hell, I might as well knock it out of the fucking park while I'm doing it, right? See, all these guys that I named that left Paradise, if they were still there, where would you be? Where would you be there, Dewey? If you never came to WGP, if that promo never happened with BC, that shook the foundation of Paradise, where would you actually be? You would still be down there in the Catalyst division, trying to scrape a win together. But no, everybody fed your ego, thinking that you were that monster. Because everybody figured that if they could mold you and make you feel like you were something, maybe you'd stick around. See, you're nothing but a glorified fucking jobber. And that's the truth. And the fact that you're in my club, my badass club, it turns my fucking stomach. I can't sleep right at night knowing your ass is in my group. So, Dewey, consider this your eviction notice. You have 24 hours to get the fuck out of my group because James Grimes is back And I just done fucked your feelings, bitch.
WGP, if anyone had anything to say to Grimes, I really hope they got it out of the way, because after Carnage tonight, I'm gonna send you running and screaming, pissing on yourself, back to the retirement home you should have kept your ass in, Grimes. And you really should get your facts straight, bro, because when you said me and my brother were a package deal, the BC doesn't get Big Sweet if they didn't take Little Sweet too, simply isn't true, because little known fact, jackass, I was asked to be in the BC before my brother was. Now, leading up to this match, you mentioned me coming up short in my bid to win the Havoc title, which you obviously failed to realize is completely irrelevant to this match here tonight, Einstein. But I'll tell you, when you keep saying I don't have what it takes to win the big one, I'll admit that's really starting to grind my gears. But I want you, after Carnage Grimes, to ask yourself again if I have what it takes to win the big one. And something else you said that really pisses me off is when you keep saying that since me and my brother joined the BC, we've turned it into a fucking joke, when in reality, the only time the BC was actually considered a joke, with no fault to Gene, Briggy, and Jax, was when you were still in the fold, Grimes. Something I promise you, you'll find out tonight when this joke walks up one side of your ass and right back down the other. What this all boils down to is this: you let your mouth write checks your ass can't cash, Grimes. Grimes, in the long run, this unhealthy obsession you have with me and the BC will not be good for you or your poor excuse of a promo career, because you and I both know you're not the same promo artist you once were. Something has changed in you, and definitely not for the better. And it's that change in you that will not only allow me to verbally assassinate you, but beat you from pillar to post as well. But you're smart enough to know that Little Sweet versus Grimes would eventually happen, and you're probably thinking I fell right into your trap and that you have me right where you want me, which, newsflash, you don't, because I'm telling you right now, it's back to business in this match for me, which means I'm coming with everything I got and then some. You will get the best of me, as I know I will of you. But Grimes, your best will not be nearly enough tonight, because you've said it yourself. I'm not the same Little Sweet of 10 months ago, something you find out firsthand tonight. And it's been said that there's nothing as dangerous as a man with his back against the wall coming into a match after his first loss. But Carnage tonight for me is nothing more than a chance for me to continue to prove myself here in the WGP. And Grimes, you will pay for every single thing that you've said, including when you agreed with the former WGP champion and said I was as soft as baby shit. Something else I get to prove you wrong about tonight. Grimes, you will find out why my name is the last name you should have let cross your lips. And I really hope you're prepared for your next setback, because you will fall tonight, Grimes, and know without a shadow of a doubt that I'm a better fit for the BC than you ever were, Grimes. Peace.
Winner from unsportsmanlike conduct on Grimes and going over the time limit. Your winner of the match is, by disqualification, Little Sweet.
This
Left wing. Across the line. Next move by Milano. Walking right in. Scores! What a goal!
Between a touchdown and the field, but that's an excellent hustle.
Shy Tuttle, whose uncle Harry Tuttle. Again, he's got a wide open tight end on the outside. Dawson Knox breaks a few tackles, barrels for another one. He's inside the 25-yard line. Do what we do offensively. Got his man, Juszczyk fights his way, still fighting his way.
Well, that was a very interesting match. Well, first off, let's talk about our little bit of a sponsor here, PinFall Productions. Make sure that you go and you like their YouTube page. You go on their Facebook page, anywhere that you can find PinFall, and give those guys some love, because they're the reason why we can come and do this every week and come into your homes and make sure that you get the best production value and everything. Even though my partner is not here, he will agree with me on this, and I already know that. Now let's get back to that match, Little Sweet versus Grimes. Grimes came out. He wanted to show out. He tried to give a little bit of a history lesson and talk about things that happened a long time ago in a land far, far away. Well, unfortunately, that backfired for him because, once again, he, got disqualified. But no matter. Still a solid promo, I think, in my mind, even though he was disqualified from it. But it plants a little bit of seeds there. Will we see going forward? Will we see anybody that's going to give Grimes out of the BC that's going to back Grimes, or will everybody in the BC start backing Little Sweet? Speaking of Little Sweet, solid-ass promo, like always. He knows how to bring it, ladies and gentlemen, and he just does. I think that he is probably one of the overlooked talents in the promo industry at this point. So if you ever underestimate him, I wouldn't, because he's going to come at you, and he's going to come pretty hard there. Bad choice of words. Anyways, moving on to match 3. The match 3, we have The Purge, and making his debut, Kenzo Blackheart. Should be pretty interesting. I did get to watch some of Mr. Blackheart's hype that he put up. He looks like he's ready to go. Let's see what he has and see if he can topple The Purge. Oh, wait. Then there's this. Hit it.
Your winner by way of disqualification from punk-ass forfeit and no-show, Kenzo Blackheart.
뚫리고 하면 패닉 보석처럼 난 Carnage with the poker face, you better get at me. Internet is gon' savage with your crack 먹은 배려. 나의 히레들의 부채를 꼴 보기 싫은 침대. 지금보다 더 높이 올라가 땅이 안 보일 때까지 밤하늘에 비추는 달빛을 잡고 I'm dreaming again in higher place.
Purge. Let's see what you got. Let's see what you got. Do you really think you have what it takes to defeat me? Do you really think you have what it takes to destroy me? No. You got no chance you have whatsoever. So you better be thinking what you're gonna do. You better be trying hard. But I'm telling you this, you're gonna die trying. You're gonna be destroyed. I will end you, just like I ended the rest. So purge. When you come in this match, I will make sure you will bleed every last drop until you drop dead. So see you real soon, Purge, and see on your deathbed
This episode of Revolution was brought to you by Platinum City Corn Dogs.
Oh, what the This is bullshit!
Platinum City Corn Dogs. Feed the champion in you.
Your butt is wide, well mine is too. Just watch your mouth, or I'll sit on you. The word is out, better treat me right. Cause I'm the king of cellulite. Ham on whole wheat, alright. My zippers bust, my buckles break. I'm too much man for you to take. The pavement cracks when I fall down. I've got more chins than Chinatown. When I never used a phone booth, I never seen the toes. When I'm going to the movies, I take up 7 rows because I'm fat, fat, I'm fat. Come on, you know I'm fat, fat, I'm fat. You know it, you know I'm fat, fat, I'm fat. Come on, you know. Don't you call me pudgy, poorly.
Oh, fuck, I forgot about all that. All right. Well, let me jump up on my soapbox here for just a little bit. Okay, bear with me, guys, because I feel like it needs to be said. When you're a no-show, you're a piece of shit. Just saying. If you can't show up against somebody that is debuting, something's wrong. How long does it take to cut a 3 or 4 minute promo? Doesn't take a long time. Trust me, because I've never no-showed in my life. There are people out there like Seven and a few different others that literally were in the hospital and can show up. Ed's one of them. We know this. So guys, when I say this, and I mean this, I've been in the promo game for a very, very long time. And one thing stands true. The people that show up and show out get opportunities. The people like that don't show up get their asses kicked 100% of the time, because nobody's got time to go and cut a promo against a loser like that can't even show up for a fucking match that they've known about it for what, a month now? You could have cut it 3 damn weeks ago. Now I'm going to breathe a little bit. Okay, glasses need to go back on. Back to my cool self. All right. So, with that being said, we've got a pay-per-view to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, congratulations, Kiddo Blackheart. I hope you get to actually face somebody next time, because I think you do bring something to the table, and it'll be nice to see what happens as you rise that ladder and you crawl that ladder here in the WGP. By the way, Super Chaos is trending right now. Just letting y'all know. Pay-per-view. Revolution, big-time pay-per-view, Death of a King on May the 16th. They will crown a Outbreak champion. There it is right there. See it? You see it? It's right. Oh, damn. Almost had it. Outbreak champion. If you don't know what the Outbreak title is, the Outbreak title is a brand new title that is being introduced. And it's really interesting because 3 defenses and you can cash in on the Revolution World Championship. That's awesome. That is a hell of an idea. I wish I would have thought of it myself. So with that being said, here's your qualifying matches. And these will take place on Breakdown for the Outbreak title. All of the winners from these matches will move on to a fatal 4-way there at Death of a King on May 16th to crown the very first Outbreak champion.
Hey, I got someone that might want to have some insight on this.
Ladies and gentlemen, the man himself, the revolutionary, the one and only, your Revolution champion, Matt Anarchy. And Matt, what you got to say, brother? I know we're missing out on you a little bit here on the screen, but it's nice to see you. Looks like you got a little bit of a trim up there on the head so you can, do what you need to do. What you got on this Outbreak title, brother?
Baby, it's summertime. And damn, does it feel good to be home. It's been a couple of weeks since you've seen me on the screen. Yeah, I see you rocking that WGP World Championship right next to the Revolution World Championship. And what does this have to do with me? Why am I out here right now, right? We are talking about a brand new division for the Revolution, a new start for the Revolution. We are talking about the Outbreak Championship and the qualifying matches that we have coming up next Sunday on Breakdown.
Yeah,
yes, PinFall.
These matches are going to be great. And yes, once again, it is sponsored by PinFall Productions. You will get to see it on anywhere you get their streaming service at. And here's the matches for you, because I don't even know if you know these matches yet, man.
Lay them out there. Lay them out there.
Smith versus NDT. That's going to be an interesting match. We'll see if Super Chaos shows up in the Revolution to take on the debuting, once again, Kenzo Blackheart. Josh Steele sees if he can rise through those ranks once again to go up against Bossolini. And Little Sweet takes on that former nemesis of mine in the Canadian Crippler himself.
This tournament from top to bottom brings a lot of intrigue because we have got some competitors who are brand new. We've got some people who have been around forever. We've got a competitor who's been around forever but is brand new to the Revolution. You've got the guy that I beat in the first round facing the guy that I beat in the second round of the Evolution or Revolution tournament. You've got two guys who represent the BC going head-to-head against each other. I mean, there is a lot of intrigue in this four-match stretch. And what I can definitely say is it's going to be revolutionary, whatever happens next, because I'm struggling to think. Well, we've got two guys in this tournament that we've seen hold major gold before, so this could be career-changing for just about anybody. Icon, who's your favorite out of this eight-man group?
Well, I look at a few different names here, and I got to say, the whole Super Chaos gimmick is intriguing to me because it's something that he wasn't doing, and it adds a whole new layer to his character. But the one that really, really, really tips my interest just a little bit is a man that we just saw a few minutes ago win in a match, and that's Little Sweet. That guy is hungry. He's ready to go, and damn it, he's going to bring everything he can against the Crippler, and this is going to be fun. I don't think I can pick one single person out of this whole lineup that I can choose to say, yeah, that person's definitely going to win it all right there, because it's a stacked card.
It is. There's a lot of great competitors in this. You bring up Little Sweet, and Little Sweet, I hope you're watching this right now, because the Revolution World Champion is going to send you a message. You have worked your ass off, and you have built yourself a nice resume, but everybody forgets if you don't cash in when it matters. And that's what you've got to prove in this tournament.
This is true.
You've got the Canadian Crippler. We've seen that man hold gold other places. There's a lot of mentions of Paradise today. I really like how that was brought up. And I'll give it to the Crippler. He has a way of coming back after he trips, and he seems to have stumbled lately. So it's going to be interesting in seeing what he does in this. How, for a moment, do we not talk about Mr. Smith, right? Mr. Smith may be brand new to the Revolution, but Mr. Smith is far from brand new. And some of us have seen Mr. Smith climb to heights that a lot of people out there probably don't realize happened. So you can't sleep on Mr. Smith either. One guy whose name I don't hear getting brought up at all, Kenzo Blackheart. If you keep your eyes open all around the promo world, this guy is a little bit everywhere, and he is a consummate professional who can show up and do the job on any given day. There isn't a single man in this tournament who isn't absolutely worth the screen time. And that is why I'm going to go outside the grips of what I've been told I could do so far and go ahead and make an announcement. Hey, Icon! Do you remember this thing called ITP?
I do.
I'm I'm glad somebody remembers that shit. So, the weekend between Breakdown and Death to a King, for the first time in Revolution history, your world champion is bringing into the people to the Revolution screen, and we're going to make it an Outbreak Tournament edition. That's right, the weekend before, or between, the qualifying matches before the championship match, we're going to have every single competitor from the Outbreak Tournament on your screens, in your faces, with a message like only the Messiah can help them bring.
Hell yeah, man. That is gonna be freaking awesome. And I've got a lot of stuff, and I need to apologize here just a little bit because there's a veteran in this match, and neither one of us said his name. And that's Bossellini. This guy has been around for a long time. I have to mention his name because if I don't, that's a knock on him. And we shouldn't be knocking the guy whatsoever because the dude brings it every time he steps up to the plate. I can't wait to see what these guys have to say to each other on ITP. Boy, that's going to be fun to see return. And damn, it's nice to see the Revolutionary Champion here on WGP Carnage.
Well, let's be honest. Bossellini almost took this from me the last time we were on screen together. But at the same point in time, I know we've got a boss in the back ready to hit the music for the next match. And I think it's probably about time we move on to that. Don't you, Icon?
I agree. Once again, May 16th, ladies and gentlemen, Death of a King. And those qualifying matches will be on Breakdown. Fatal 4-way for the Outbreak title. But ITP comes first. Let's move on to this next match. We have the one and only, the former WGP champion, Josh Steele, making his first appearance since losing this right here. He didn't lose it to me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just holding mine because I'm that damn good. Anyways, he takes on the Twisted One, making her WGP return match as well. I'm sorry if she had another one, but I think that this one's going to be great. I think this one's going to exceed expectations. Still wants to bounce back after losing the WGP title, will he? And Twisted tries again and says that she's hungry for more.
In a reoccurring theme, we see a generational battle between the originator of the WGP and our most recent WGP champion. I can't wait to see how it plays out. Hey, production man, hit that music.
Ladies and gentlemen of WGP, tonight is Carnage, and I promise to bring nothing but that. Now, with that having been said, Josh Steele, in your last appearance, you referred to yourself as a wounded animal. Do you know what happens to wounded animals? That's right, the wolves descend. It bothers me that after your match with Big Sweet, you will come out here and refer to yourself as wounded, when in my match with Little Sweet, I practically had to stuff my insides back in me after that match, and I am still here, and I don't call myself wounded. No, I learned a lesson from that match. I went into that match coming out of retirement. going against the #1 ranked person in the WGP, going against an undefeated phenom, was undefeated. You're probably gonna draw a parallel to our title run, and I wouldn't blame you. They're similar, but in the same way, they're not. When I had my title, as soon as I got it, open challenge to anyone, and that's how I lost it. You lost to Big Sweet, but before that, you lost in a non-title match to my teammate Harry, a new opponent in the WGP. He is making waves. He made an example out of you. And what? I see you after your match with Big Sweet. I see you limping through the back, and I knew that you had taken one too many L's, and you might not have been able to deal with that. I had a feeling that you were going to crawl into your hole, but I wouldn't allow that for you, Josh Steele. Every L is a lesson. Every scar, every bruise should excel you to want more. That is why I made this match happen, Josh Steele. It wasn't so I could come out here and completely obliterate you. It was so I could come out here and teach you a lesson to always come back out fighting. Don't be the wounded animal. Yeah, okay, you've taken a couple of L's. Yeah, okay, you lost your title. But never accept that is your lot. And that is why I'm here tonight. Because I want you to stop referring to yourself as a wounded animal. And I want you to become the bird of prey I know you are. So come on, Josh Steele. Bring everything. Or are you just going to stay wounded and crawl back in your hole?
Here we go. Showtime. Hell, I'm glad to see that you've pulled yourself up out of the dirt, muck, and mud where Little Sweet left your ass, but I assure you here tonight, Twisted One, you should have probably kept your ass down there, because I'm about to slap the taste out of your mouth with the cold, hard truth, with a little dose of brutal reality, because in actuality, you are nothing more than a wannabe, goofy, giggling, gullible, gaudy Gotham goth, just another thought. You're a legend in your own mind. But I promise you, you and I, we are cut from a different cloth. And clearly, your ego and selective memory have left you blind to the fact that you are just not as good as you think you are. I mean, yes, you were the first ever WGP champion. But wake the fuck up. The only reason that you were ever WGP champion in the first damn place was because you came from an era of jokes, jobbers, and jackasses. I mean, it doesn't take a whole hell of a lot of ability, talent, or skill to rise to the top, to be the cream of the crop when you're surrounded by Melvins like Matt G, the Stroke, Mad Mike, the Reverend, $20 Man, Judge Versetti, and let's not forget the man you beat in the first ever tournament, the man you beat in the finals to win that WGP title, Randy Justice. And it's a damn shame that every single thing that you've done since then has simply been fucking lackluster. You're going out of business, just like Blockbuster. Make no bones about it. I can stand out here all night, picking you apart, roasting you, performing a filibuster. But since you had the audacity, you had the nerve to come out here with your hypocritical ass, judging me for losing the WGP title and my first title defense, I'm about to suplex your bitch ass back down that rabbit hole. Because in fact, history shows that it was you who created the WGP Championship curse because you lost that title in your very first title defense. I'm going to go ahead and break it down for you because it's obvious that you were too naive, too dense to read between the lines. Because this is not your WGP, and you are clearly out of your league. I'm going to be blunt. Just like the sediment, you are beneath me. You couldn't even manage to defeat the lone heathen. What a fucking joke. I'm steady burning L's while you're out here taking L's. You can't handle this smoke. Matter of fact, you go ahead and get the fuck up on out of my face. Because you are irrelevant. You are obsolete, and you damn sure should have stayed retired. You've already proven that you couldn't pull a win out of your ass with a pair of pliers. Twisted, you're the epitome of wasted potential, just like the Philadelphia Flyers. I see no heart. I see no desire. Quite frankly, when I look at you, all I see is a clown. A broke-down Barbie doll. Matter of fact, I'm going to start calling you Cynthia. Because you damn sure, you make for a piss-poor Alexa Bliss. Don't get it twisted. Bitch, you ain't shit. Queen twisted my ass. More like Queen of the Trailer Park. But since you want to come out here, running your mouth, bumping your gums, acting like Harley Quinn, here tonight, I'm going to treat you like Harley Quinn. Because I'm going to wrap my hands around your scrawny little neck, and I'm going to choke you until you can't think straight. Until you start to turn blue in the face. I'm going to choke you to the lights. To the lights they go out. Till you pass out and collapse. Proving that you have no skill, you have no ability. You're nothing more than a thirst trap. Just another pretty face. But hey, while we're talking about faces, let's face facts. Winning is a drug. And here tonight, oh my God, I'm about to relapse.
Your winner, Josh Steele.
Sorry, I was flipping out here.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Hey, super glad that the production man's doing the announcements as far as the winners go today. But holy smokes, what a match that was. Hats off. Twisted is a legend, and she's a legend because she is so good at making a full center universe out of all of this, man. The lines are referenced back to her match with Little Sweets, and the way that she incorporated that going forward and used it to throw punches at Josh Steele. On the flip side of that, Josh Steele is self-exposed as doing this little jukebox hero thing where he's gotten really good with the rhymes. I think he's gotten a little bit more dangerous by being more poignant with them, and that proved to be a difference maker in this match. Icon, how'd you see it, my friend?
Man, I tell you what, as good as Twisted came out, I mean, she made a lot of good points. She said a lot of things that just made your mind go, okay, hold on, wait a minute here. But I got to tell you right now, Josh Steele come out with the fire like I haven't seen since he was chasing after the WGP championship. The man opened up a can of whoop ass tonight, and unfortunately it took, the legend, in Twisted One to actually take it. But I think she woke up a beast, to tell you the truth. I ain't going to lie.
Well, and it seemed like a little bit of that was maybe intentional by Twisted as she got in her promo. So, hey, man, all around, I think it was a fantastic presentation, an amazing match to both competitors. Congratulations to Josh Steele on the very well-deserved victory, sir.
Congratulations to Josh Steele. With that being said, let's move on to our next match. Two gentlemen I know very well because, they're pretty good friends of mine. One guy that I've gone back with for years now, years before Matt Anarchy or any of these guys were actually in the promo business here. I know this guy very, very well in and out, and I've seen him develop and change and just become a chameleon over the years. He's been everywhere. He's done everything, and now he's here in WGP. He got his first win the last time. Let's see what he can do against a real challenge in Briggy, the Havoc champion. Briggy, better than ever? Back and better than ever? I don't know. We'll see. He got out of the cell there at Rikers Island, right? But was the damage done?
I mean, based on that hype series, it seemed like some damage was done, guys. If you watch that one, it's not exactly PG-13, so can't dive too far into it. But, they played some pass and tag with Briggy. We'll just leave it at that. Very, very entertaining stuff back and forth. Of course, the Icon is referencing the emergence of the Warden here in the WGP. This is a guy, as I kind of alluded to, he's been in the business a lot longer than I have. And I've been watching this guy every bit of everywhere since day one. Very, very good talent, very, very strong competitor going up against a guy who is proven to be the exact same thing here in the WGP. So it's going to be really interesting to see how those two opposing forces meet head today.
I agree, because honestly, Briggy reminds me of the Warden 2 years ago, whenever the Warden was chasing after titles in different places, and just a little bit more fire, though. So we'll see if the Warden, the consummate professional, the guy that's been around, the veteran in this industry, can say and do what he wants to do with Briggy, the man who has established himself as one of the best in the industry right now.
Absolutely. Briggy has established himself, I think it's fair to say, as one of the faces of the WGP, taking on a top-end talent who is making a debut here. Mr. Announcer, let's hit that music.
He who breaks the law goes back to the house of pain. He who breaks the law goes back to the house of pain. I can feel it.
Briggy, the night is here. The night is Carnage. As the Warden steps foot into the ring, I stare you eye to eye. You see, the Warden is here in the WGP for a reason. And that's to make a statement tonight here at Carnage. As I let you lay lying in your blood and feces on the canvas of the ring, as I beat you unmerciful till you are a bloody pile of piss. The Warden's gonna whip you into the turnbuckle where the padding is exposed. As I bash your fucking skull into the turnbuckle over and over, the blood starts to flow into your eyes. And as you're blinded and you fall to your knees, you stare up at the Warden, the most powerful entity ever to step foot in promo wrestling today. You see, the moment the Warden stepped foot in the WGP, your ass stepped to the Warden like you were meant to be. But you see, the Warden is the most powerful, the most strongest entity in promo wrestling today. And the WGP locker room knows it. So tonight at Carnage, I will pick you right off the canvas, throw you back into the turnbuckle. The Warden will climb that turnbuckle with you on my shoulders. And as I pick you up for the suplex off the top rope, and as your blood battered body hits the canvas, and you start crawling from the bottom rope, the Warden drops the elbow to your skull some more. And as you grab the Warden and try to pick yourself up off the canvas, the Warden hits you with lights out to the skull. And as the blood starts to protrude from the wound on your skull, the warden continues to batter you over and over till more blood starts to flow. The warden picks you up and grabs you in the full Nelson. And as you choke and gasp for air, as the warden slings you back and forth, you turn blue. Your eyes start to rush to the back of your skull. You start to pass out. The ref grabs your arm. Your arm falls down. The ref grabs your arm once again. And your arm continues to fall. But no, Briggy. The warden picks you up and sets you up for the warden's powerbomb to the canvas, where I roll you up and pin your ass for the 1, 2, 3. You're unable to respond, and the warden beats your ass for the 1, 2, 3. I am the warden. I am stacked. I am jacked. And I came to the WGP to make a statement. And at Carnage tonight, I just took your fucking ass out, and there's not a goddamn thing you could do about it, punk.
Carnage is here, and I now get some retribution for what you tried to do to me, Warden. You see, you fucked up in a few different ways this time, pal. The first time you did is when you tried to come at me and not only end my career, end my legacy here in the WGP, but you tried to take me out and end my life. And the second way you fucked up is when you didn't finish the damn job. You left the beat in this heart and the breath in this body, and you let me escape through that cell door when you thought I was dead, down, and out. Now, you had me alone in your prison, tied up and defenseless, with all your little butt buddies around, and you still couldn't get the damn job done. So what makes you think you have any kind of chance of beating me here tonight when we go one-on-one, face-to-face in the middle of the WGP arena? Warden, you should have killed me when you had the damn chance, because tonight I'm about to fuck you up like Percocet, son. See, you tried to beat my ass and leave me laying to let your friends have their way with me, but the only person you guys ended up fucking here tonight was you. Because I'm about to stick 9 inches right up inside you and watch you squeal like a little bitch. You might as well call me New Jack here tonight and your big grinds in this story, because I am coming to kill you in front of everybody for what you did to me. Because there is a reason why I've been champion here so long, why I've been breaking records, and I'm a mainstay on the WGP roster. And you're nothing more than a veteran has-been trying to remake a name for himself and reclaim his old glory by fighting his way up the rankings full of new talent. Because you weren't expecting a man like me, a top dog here in this company, to be the first one to challenge you to a match. And there's a little saying that goes in the prison yard, and that you go after the biggest dog in the yard and you try to take him out to prove a point. And that's exactly why you did what you did, Warden, because you know you can't beat me one-on-one. You don't possess the talent to beat me. That's why you have to try to get every advantage you could. But I might be bleeding, but I'm still breathing. And you may be wondering why I decided to come after you first. Well, if you remember a long time ago when I first entered this business, you were one of the first person that tried to take advantage of a new guy and tried to bully me. Before I could get my hands on you, you disappeared after taking a loss. And I have been waiting and chomping at the bit to see your face again. And lo and behold, you show up in my home federation. And now I am seizing the opportunity to beat your ass before you disappear into the sunset again. Because, Warden, you like doing a lot of talking about this faction, the faction. The only faction that you say matters here in the promo industry. But you might as well change your name to The Fiction, because I don't think it's real. I think it's something you made up in your head, because I have yet to see one person come to bat for your ass here in this company since you've been here, which makes you like that great white shark that you claim to be. And now you are swimming in the dark, deep, dangerous seas of the WGP. And if you're the great white shark, then that makes me and the rest of the Badass Club that giant pod of orcas. Because we travel together, we always stay together, we hunt, play, and we kill together. And everybody knows that it's a well-known fact that the only natural enemy to the great white shark is the orca. And when we are done playing and toying with your ass, and we go for that attack and make that kill, we are going to eat what we want, and we are going to leave your lifeless carcass floating around and let the rest of the creatures here devour you and pick your bones. Because you call yourself the Warden, and we all know that's a load of bullshit, because we see now you're nothing more than a low-life criminal who's behind bars. But it's funny because my good buddy, the A-lister, who actually has a lot of good connections in the great state of New York, called me and told me that Rikers Island is actually looking for somebody to be in charge, to come down there and take control of you idiots. And now he put in a favor, and you are looking at the new, real warden of Rikers Island. So who owns whose ass now? Bitch, your parole and your bond has been revoked, and you are now here for the long haul. And I'm about to throw your ass back in the hole. And when the inmates realize you're nothing more than a bitch, and they try to have their way with you, this warden is going to turn his back and act like he don't see shit. So fuck your feelings, warden.
Have exorcised the demons. This house is clear.
Your winner, your Havoc champion, Jay Briggs.
And now I talk to the dead, 'cause the voices in my head refuse to tell me what I wanna hear. Hold my feet to the fire, throw my carcass to the coals. Save your sermon for the choir, 'cause I already know. I told my troubles to the wind, and I made myself clear. I need some divine intervention.
Okay, well, that was a lot of references to things that we're not going to talk about on here.
Actually, hold on. Actually, there's a couple references I do want to talk about for a moment. First off, phenomenal match between the two. I really enjoy the Warden's visuals. The black background, I've made fun of people in the past for being like a floating head, but in this circumstance, the way he does it actually really comes off really well. I think the way that he speaks, the edits and the overlay, I think that's all perfect. And the way you described the match tonight, it's almost like I could visualize it. While that's really cool, I think maybe some more poignant words next time, maybe in order to get over somebody like Briggy. Now, with that being said, I do want to bring up two references from the Briggy promo, two things I know we actually can talk about. First one, Icon. Can you name that Rocky movie?
Yes, Rocky 4.
Boom, baby! That is why you are my commentator partner.
I had to think about it for a second because I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. I had to go back and play it in myself because I'm sitting here thinking to myself, what line did he say about that?
That's definitely the best of the sequel.
Oh, hell
Might
yeah.
arguably be the best Rocky movie ever. The second one I want to...
My favorite.
It's my favorite as well. I just, that might be controversial. The second piece, did anybody else catch that Briggy called the BC a bunch of willies?
Yeah.
He said orcas, right? They're a bunch of free willies. The BC are a bunch of willies by definition. So, anyways, very entertaining though. Very entertaining. I absolutely loved what Briggy did. Briggy is very impressive. You said that he reminds you of a young Warden. I'm gonna be that jackass to say he reminds me of Anarchy chasing championships a few years ago. What I love about what Briggy does is he helps create a plot, and he is very dangerous in using that plot.
Yes,
Briggy, you proved it again today. Phenomenal job, sir.
Hey, I can't sit there and not agree with you on that. One thing that Briggy does better than anybody, in my mind, is he creates that story, and he creates it from the beginning to the end. And there's always a beginning and an end. No matter what the outcome is or whatever, he follows that line from beginning to end and says what he needs to say. There's a lot of references in there. The Vic Grime reference, that was obscure as hell. He sat there and compared himself to New Jack. Not sure if that's the best thing to do, but hey, it went by with what he did. Now, there is one thing I want to talk about, and that's the faction. The faction is actually a stable that Warden was in several years ago. A lot of high-profile guys didn't always come to other places. And he talked about you're the only one and nobody's come to back you up. Well, that's because most of the guys in the faction have actually retired from the promo industry. And honestly, the Warden is the only one left. And hey, I've had a chance to be on the Warden's side as a tag team partner at one point in time in my career. So I know what he's all about. I know what the faction was all about. But that's a hell of a good reference to sit there and throw out there by Briggy, because people don't know that name. Not in the WGP, they don't.
Well, and maybe this is a platform, if the Warden uses it right, given based on the information you've given us today, where maybe a new faction evolves, because that's what this game is all about, building new out of the old. So, we'll, again, very excited to see where this goes. Very good job to both men. Again, Briggy, hats off, man. Hats off. You used every bullet you had in the chamber. It was very impressive.
It was everything that I thought it was going to be from both sides. It was just... It was those two guys, and this match symbolized both of those guys and summed them up perfectly with what they bring to the table, in my mind.
I completely agree, man. It was very entertaining to watch. And I'm sure it's not the last time we're going to see it.
Oh, hell no, I don't think so either. With that being said, let's move on. Match number 6 on our card tonight has two people that me and you actually know really well, because we faced both of them. The Crippler and the Villain. Two guys, one guy who literally has 1,000 names, the man of 1,000 gimmicks in the Crippler, and the Villain who is the man of 1,000 returns, honestly, because the guy it's like a cockroach, man. You can't get rid of him. Just kidding. I love you, buddy. Don't worry, even though the Brewers suck. Anyways, Crippler and Villain. Crippler thinks that the Villain's an idiot for coming at him once again. This is not the first time these two guys have faced off. They faced off many, many years ago in another place and time. And he says Salvation is coming to collect. While the Villain, on the other hand, he's got bats, hats, and Carnage. And the Villain wants revenge for everything that the Crippler has done to him in his career. What are your thoughts on this, Mr. Anarchy?
So I go again way back with both of these guys. I remember the first time they faced off, and this match is not going to be anything like that encounter, because neither of these men are even close to the competitors that they were back then. Back then, the Villain could barely talk. Back then, you could barely understand what he was saying, and frankly, when you did string it together, it didn't make a whole lot of sense. And we know that the Villain today is very different from that. Exactly. On the flip side, you had the Canadian Crippler, who he was kind of just becoming this egomaniac that we all know and hate today. And again, this was a man who didn't have a very defined style at the time. He was brand new and kind of fresh to the business. So I am very interested to see, number one, how the Canadian Crippler looks to rebound today, and if the Villain can finally get that strong footing that you were just referencing a moment ago, Icon.
Agreed, man. Both of these guys are going to live up to the hype. They've come a long way. It's time to see exactly what both of them bring to the table against each other in this long-awaited rematch between the Crippler and the Villain. Hit it, Mr. Producer.
You're in my domain, got the whole crowd screaming out our name. It's a blowout, it's a hurricane, it's over before you know it. While you're shaking, we're a dynasty in the making.
Villain, take a look at the Nova Scotian Nightmare. Tonight, I get revenge.
That old Cleon proverb keeps ringing in my head. It is a dish best served cold. I still have that knife. She wanted to stab me in the back with. You didn't think I noticed it all, but I did. I grabbed it, pulled it out. And the wound healed. And then I saw this opportunity. You wanted to run your mouth about collecting on debts. Well, I'm here to collect the biggest. You see, I made a mistake. This is not me collecting a debt. This is me rewriting a mistake. I let you still breathe, and yet the air and space that you take up is pathetic, useless. And you have done nothing to make up for why I shouldn't and why I will end you tonight. You see, here at Carnage, ladies and gentlemen, the biggest mistake was allowing the villain to show up. Now this blood is on your hands, WGP, nobody else's. Well, you want to go around, villain, and run your mouth. You want to try and bring old tactics like masks, hoods, baseball bats, prior vendettas. All those things are not going to work. And hell, if you even try and bring whatever you brought against Harry to me, I'm shutting that shit down real fast. Because I'm not here for fun and games. This is serious. Now, why does it sound like I'm so irritated or disrespected, you snot-nosed, sniveling little punk? Villain, you want to sit at my table and then look at my guests in the face and tell them that you just dialed it in? You disrespecting worm. I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast. But that's okay. You wanted to sit at the big boy table. Congratulations. How did it feel? The entire time you were sitting at the table, I could see that you were sweating, that you were building a hole that you dug 6 months here. Your career in both WGP and Revolution is very irrelevant. Nobody cares about it. But wait, look at mine. I went away for a week and everybody and their dog lost their shit. So that tells me something here, villain. If I put you in your own hole and fill it with cement, nobody would care. That's why I can come out here and say this to you, that I am better than you. You're jealous of what I have because I get opportunity after opportunity. And you can't even get one. Hell, when you get one, you fuck up so bad. It's not even funny. See, that's why the business watches me and they have no time for sniveling, insignificant, insubordinate pieces of shit like you. So go back to the drawing board, villain. Your time is 9. Salvation has come. The hand of death has been upon you. Cerberus is dragging you to Hades, and I hope you enjoy the trip.
Isn't it funny how Gene Emerson disappears after getting his ass skull dragged for 4 minutes against Pasolini, is awarded an opportunity at the Outbreak Championship. I have been promoing every single week, whether I win and whether I lose. And now I hear that news. Gene, it might be mighty well that you suck off management to get your opportunities. But I've earned my opportunities. I've been getting better and better while your star falls ever so fast. You are a shell of yourself, and now you want to sit here and come out and start talking about some salvation that is never coming. What you're getting is an ass whipping from the villain. Because all you want to do is run your mouth about how I can't even amount to you. About how you're going to destroy me yet again. When yet, what have you done lately? My work speaks for itself. I give unpredictability. While you sit there with your little horse-ass voice from sucking off management. While I sit there continuing to put on a show, give everybody something new every single night. You disappoint by giving the same story in a different tone. And yet, what are you going to bring me today? It's time for the revolution in the WGP to see you for what you are. And that is a broken down, battered, bruised, old promo artist that wants to sit there and stay in the limelight a little bit longer. I am tired of watching everybody get shots and me get nothing. I am done listening to those voices that keep telling me, no, you are nothing. As a matter of fact, I know I am better than you. So this is a warning to everybody, including Eugene. Stay out of my way. Because it's my time. It's my time to rise. It's my time to continue to grow. It is my time to flourish. And I'm done watching little old battered veterans like yourself trying to get in my way. So Gene, go ahead, continue to talk about everything that I've done wrong in my career, because I guarantee nothing that I've done wrong equals to what happened to you against Bossolini. Because that night for you was the biggest disappointment in promo history. And now I lay another one on you. You can continue to throw up your triangle to the revolution and the WGP, because we all see through you, Gene. Because when you do this, all you need to do is flip that bitch upside down, because all we see is that you are a pussy to the rise of the real villain. So take my card, you bitch.
Your winner of the match, the Villain.
Visualize the place inside my mind a million times. Can't make no mistake because my life is on the line. All the work and all the hours, boy, I stayed upon my grind. If you question my integrity, I answer every time. Yeah. Don't you see these battle scars on my back? I am the gladiator. There was black clothes on my judgment day. I am the terminator. I be the originator. I be the innovator.
Wow. Wow. Holy crap, man. There's going to be a lot of people out there that are going to say that should have probably been the main event of the night, and I got to agree with them. That was a damn good match. Damn good showing from both of those guys. The best showing I've seen from the Villain in the 3 years that I've known the guy. And Gene's Gene. He does what he does, man. And he came out. He did what he needed to do. Although right now, as I'm looking on this deal, Crippler Eats Shit is trending, by the way. I'm just...
Of course it is. It's trending when he wins, too. Couple things here. First thing is, and trust me, I'm as surprised as you're probably going to be to hear me say this, but something we can take away from the Villain here, guys. one thing that really impressed me in that match was his ability to deliver intensity without yelling. He was speaking in a prominent, strong whisper almost. And what I found impressive about that was that he outdid what Gene did in his promo, because Gene kind of did the same thing. I think one of the things that may have set him back was when you look at them side by side, there's really no argument that the villains brought a lot more energy into you. And I think that might have been something that hurt him today. Again, very solid showing. It probably wins majority of the time he comes out here, but today he ran up against a villain who made it very clear that he has not been happy with the fruit that the promo world has given him for his labor, and he's looking to make a little bit of justice surrounding that. So congratulations to the villain on a very, very solid victory. Very impressive promo. As Eric said, I agree. This is by far the best promo I've ever seen you do, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, he's just going off of what you said. He showed emotion without showing emotion, and that was impactful, very impactful, and just a hell of a job, a hell of a showing by the villain. I can't wait to see if this continues and he continues that upwardly track, because I mean he's worked hard. But
absolutely. Hold on, before one last thing before we jump ahead. Everybody, be sure to tune in 2 weeks from today for Breakdown to see how the Canadian Crippler attempts to bounce back off of consecutive losses going into the Outbreak Championship tournament.
Exactly. And not just that, ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you plan your calendars ahead, because the WGP is not just going to let Revolution have all the fun with pay-per-views. No. They've got a pay-per-view themselves coming up May 29th, Total Destruction. And right now, it looks like it's going to end up being the culmination of the Badass Club versus Shock Therapy. And we're going to see what happens with those guys. But just saying, there's a whole lot more room for people and a whole lot more room to get some matches going on there. So WGP, get your hypes out, call your people out, do what you need to do to get on this pay-per-view, because I promise you it's going to be a big event, and you're going to see both of these guys here calling the action.
I was going to say, Mr. Icon, don't you forget the pay-per-view debut of the A-plus commentating team of the promo world, the one and only Icon and Matt Anarchy. And hey, all my guys in Revolution do not feel like this is only for WGP. It would be a fantastic time for you to maybe debut in the WGP if you're looking for an opportunity.
Exactly. I agree, because both brands, while they are separate, they are together. And ladies and gentlemen, we work well together. The WGP and Revolution are one going forward, but they still are separate. It's like the WWE with Raw and SmackDown, except we don't suck every week. That's the biggest thing.
Obviously, not if you've watched this show, and that's a perfect segue into our main event this evening. Mr. Icon, what you got for this one?
Well, we're not going to screw up his name this time. I promise you that. A-List Alverson, not Iverson, Alverson, ladies and gentlemen, who has been blazing a path through WGP, runs up against somebody who's coming back to WGP in Big Daddy JP. And just before you say anything there, Matt, I do want to say one question. Big Daddy JP was supposed to be the Icon's first match in WGP, and it didn't happen. I don't know why. I guess JP just felt like he wasn't good enough to go against the Icon. It's whatever. But tonight he's faced off against somebody who's red hot in the A-lister, A-List Alverson. He said he's the top, and JP will understand why when he's done with him. JP says he's back, ladies and gentlemen, and he is the main event, period. What do you got to say on this match, my commentary friend?
Yeah. So, first things first, A-List Alverson, which we got your cease and desist, and we read it very clearly. We saw the highlighted portion, Alverson. So, we got you. A-List Alverson, as you said, has been absolutely red hot. The guy is extremely impressive. And I don't know if JP maybe hasn't been watching the show coming out and asking for this match, but hey, more power to him. He always comes in and wants to make a statement, and today he gets his opportunity on one of the best stages you can ask for, because we haven't touched on it already today. Let's touch on the fact that nobody makes a promo artist look better on screen than the WGP and Revolution, which is brought to you by PinFall Productions. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to this main event. Mr. Announcer, hit the music, please.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to WGP. It is your boy, Big Daddy JP, going against the A-lister in the main event. See, I am not just in the main event, I am the main event. See, A-lister, we're here to show your fake-ass wannabe promo artist why us blue-collar, the rest of us back in the back, don't like your ass. I'm tired of you, thinking, oh, I'm so popular, I'm rich, I'm fancy, I could drink with my... No one gives a fuck what you drink, no one gives a fuck what you say, no one gives a fuck what you're gonna do. See, you're around here being, oh, I look so good in my sports jacket. I look so good with my background. I'm rich. I can just pay off anybody I want. And then you're riding your coattails of the Badass Club. Nobody cares. You're the worst of the Badass Club because you're fake. You're a wannabe. You don't know what it takes to be part of that club. And you know what? I don't really care. I don't care about them. I don't care about you. So you can go to your Beverly Hills parties. You can drive your fancy cars and your lavishly life. Well, you know what? That's where we change. See, I work for a living. I live, breathe, and sleep my promos. I think about it in the morning, I think about it in the evening, I think about it midday. See, I don't need to be here. I chose to come to WGP. I chose to be Big Daddy JP because I'm the main event. What that means is I'm going to be at the top and stay at the top. See, you're just like a speck in the wind. Nobody cares. See, you just fly by, having fun, thinking you're a big shot, and you're really not. See, I know I'm a big shot. I know I'm a big dude with big words, with big ideas to move forward. What you gonna do when Big Daddy JP walks all over A-lister, takes the W, and move forward to another main event? Because I am Big Daddy JP. And we'll see you later.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the final act of the evening, Mr. A-List Alverson. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. My name is A-List Alverson, and I am the featured attraction this evening. Now, the first joke I'd like to share with y'all is that my opponent for tonight is Big Daddy JP. Big Daddy JP is so dumb. How dumb is he? He is so dumb that he wears sunglasses indoors and shines a light in his face to make him useful. Yes, you, sir, in the front row with the mask. If you were in a match with JP, what would you say to him?
Take your face. Actually, no. Take that tongue of yours and lick my ass. You can eat it too while you're back there. Take a nice big.
Oh boy, you use a line like that in a promo and ain't nobody gonna forget it, let me tell you. All right. If I could be serious for a second. 1. Okay, I'm done. Now, what do you call a grizzly bear with a neck beard and a pair of aviators? Apparently, the main event, Big Daddy JP. Ladies and gentlemen, you have all been a wonderful audience tonight. That is my time. I will be back every single time Carnage is on the air, the main event for you. My name is A-List Alverson. Well, that was a great show. What a wonderful audience. JP, listen. I told you to bring the fire, and you ain't let but a spark. What you saw out there on stage was just circus tricks. Easy, cheap lines, because you gave me nothing, since that is all you are capable of. Now, I'm not going to say that you're out of your league, but you sure as heck fire ain't in mine. A-List Alverson has the name that people will pay to see. I am the standard bearer of the top talent in WGP. You are a child in a man's game trying to sit at the big boy table, getting the big meals, trying to win the big paydays when all you are is a big, ugly disappointment to all the places that you performed. Now see, A-List Alverson will continue to main event week after month after year, and you, sir, have just gotten your cup of coffee at the top. Thank you for your contributions, Mr. JP, but from here on out, with A-List Alverson, it's all business.
The winner of the main event, A-Lister.
Well,
yeah. Squash match comes to mind. Sorry, truth hurts. A-List Alverson, once again, like I said before, he's red fucking hot. Why you would go after him right now? No clue. Especially if you are returning. I'll give JP credit where credit is due. He, went after the biggest dog in the yard. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for him. He's definitely JP. He is JP through and through. But I mean, shit, man. A-List Alverson just kind of picked him apart. It was like, I don't know. It was something I hadn't seen in a long time since one of your matches. But he literally picked JP apart. I kind of feel sorry for the guy a little bit. I ain't gonna lie.
So couple interesting things here. JP, obviously, you're drawing some very strong inspiration from some places, and maybe it's a little too visual where you're drawing inspiration from, and maybe it's not quite the right fit of places to be drawing inspiration from. And maybe you want to reinspect that a little bit. On the flip side,
not quite the right fit, right?
Right. On the flip side of that, I would say A-List Alverson showed today that he most clearly has the right fit for what he is doing. I thought the way that he approached the match, given that he was given pretty much nothing to work with, was brilliant. An ode to some of the best moments in WGP history past, done in a very artistic and entertaining way. I thought that the message that he delivered at the end of the promo was very poignant, very on point, very direct, and you're definitely not going to confuse what he meant by it. He went out here and he did exactly what he needed to do, as he has done every time he has stepped onto the screen, and I for one, will say it's been very impressive.
Hey, I mean, he put together 2 promos, put them together, and made them one promo, and they fused together seamlessly. The idea of being on stage and, talking to a crowd, that's just a great idea. I don't care what comes from it. That's just a great idea. That's hella creative, and I commend the guy for putting the time and the effort in to do stuff like that. He did what he needed to do, and I agree. JP pulled from some places he probably doesn't need to pull. But once again, like I said, I give him credit for going after A-lister like that and trying to solidify himself as a threat here in the WGP.
Absolutely. The gambit that he played was ballsy, and, this is what happens on the downside of it. And, what has happened, it matters, but what matters more is what you do next for both men. Congratulations on a huge win again, A-List. You had a really great concept, and you pulled it off beautifully, and that got you a W in the main event here of WGP Carnage. With that being said, we need to talk a little bit about what comes next, because as always, I messed something up earlier. Our breakdown with the 4 qualifying matches for the Outbreak Championship is not 2 weeks from today. It is 1 week, 7 days from today on the 2nd. So definitely be sure to tune in. It'll be on both the WGP as well as the Revolution page. And so definitely tune in for that. And then directly after this show, we will be having, as always, a curtain call, and we're going to have a special guest announcer for that today, because unfortunately our man Harry has to take a Sunday off, but we're not going to announce who that is. We'll let that be a surprise for just a little bit later this afternoon, generally about 30 minutes after the show ends.
Definitely, guys. Once again, like he said just a second ago, it is next week that we will see these qualifying matches for Death of a King on May 16th for that Outbreak Championship. Please tune in to PinFall Streams. Don't forget, WGP, you have your own pay-per-view coming up, Total Destruction on May 29th. It's going to be a hell of a month for both of the brands. PinFall Streams, YouTube, do whatever you got to do. Like, subscribe, comment, do everything, because these guys make it happen. They have a ton of shows that will find something for everybody. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to WGP Carnage. My name is the Icon Elo. My partner is Matt Anarchy, the reigning, defending man of the Revolution champion. Thank you once again. We appreciate it. Congratulations to all the competitors. We will see you, I will see you on May 29th. May 29th at Total Destruction. You guys have a great Sunday. We look forward to seeing you all once again.
Push your care, push your burdens aside, erase everything inside and leave just nothing on your mind.